This video is a quick recap of a cargo net install I did, a set of hard bags for 2007 VFR. This is for all 6th gen VFRs that have the factory option of hard bags. I found after owning a pair of the side cases that the factory liners that you can purchase were they were pretty ridiculous. They might have been okay for small vacations and things where you want to just grab a bag out of your luggage and then just run off and do whatever with it. But as I found, it was only the liners only fit in the first half, and really leaves this second half wasted. And there was nothing that fastened it in there. Now Bestum offers ones that actually fit the entire thing, but again, there's nothing that fastens it to the inside. So I sold my original liners for that very reason and decided to go with something like this. Basically, it's a 12 by 12 cargo net. It's used to fasten helmets to the back seat of your bike or whatever that you want to put back there. Originally, the cargo net, let me set this down first. Okay. The cargo net has a configuration like this with hooks, and basically what I did was I zip tied the bottom like in a fashion like this, and basically put it in the top and inside and the outside bottom half here. I also changed these lanyards out so I could get a more of a 90-degree bend when this thing hatches open. What I would like to say about this is that this inside piece was really easy to retrofit the netting with, and this outside piece was a complete pain in the ass. Basically because there is really nothing to attach it to, and what I had to do on this, I'm not really sure if I can get a good zoom on this with light, and I can't, is I used these nut plates, and these nut plates make a really good holder to basically catch. If you can see, I would go across it like this and push it through, and basically it grabs it, and then you send the screw through the middle, and then with that you can screw it in there, and it holds the netting to the box. Now the box itself, you may be like, oh my goodness, he just basically screwed through the box, and as you can see, it's perfectly fine. There is about 3/8 of an inch right in here where the seal sits, where the plastic's built up. But one really funny thing about it is that it ends at that point right there. Basically, this is a very thin part, and then it beefs up really thick, and then it stops right there, and there's a wall. And then from here to here is where the seal sits. Now, this thing hatches together just fine. Let's try this here, as you can see. And basically, these nets come real close. They're about that far apart from each other. Also, I can still fit a full-size helmet in here. Yeah, this is attached to the bike. I can show you. It'll actually push over and you'll be just fine. So you're not really losing anything by doing this. I mean, I've put full gallons of milk in here and groceries and such because I do use my bike as a utility, and this works just fine. My wife rides with me regularly. She puts her purse, anything she wants to drink, all her woman stuff and whatever in there, and whatever she buys. And this is nice because when she opens it up, it doesn't fall over and doesn't slosh around. It pretty much stays put. And you can still take things if you want to use like a plastic bag or something like that and put clothes in and put them on either side. I know a lot of people that actually do that because they can't afford the liners, or they just figure that that's easier. They do this. So this is basically to complement what you could do with these bags and make it a little bit easier for you. Now, as far as mounting goes, I figured I'd make this small instructional video of how to do this. These here, and I know I stated how many zip ties I used, but I can't recall offhand. They're small zip ties. They're basically used to put these together on the bottom. And then the large ones, what you do is you drill a hole a little about 10 millimeters in, and you loop through there. As you can see, I actually come underneath. So you go through the bottom, come up the top, you zip tie it down. It's pretty much onto the bottom. 3 of them across the leading edge, about a finger's width right there, and same with that. If you can see right there, I put it on the first one, it's squared off, and that one too. What you want to do on the tops, if you choose to do this, is you'll go through that right there. You'll basically go behind it, and you'll use those fastening points. Those were for the original cross straps for the helmets that came with these saddlebags. And again, this is a factory side case. And then the same thing with this, and I also put a fastening point there, and a fastening point there, and a fastening point right there. That's the inside part. The outside part was a complete pain. This is about as good as you're going to get it. This keeps it pretty much taut all over. It's a little, just a slightest bit loose there and there, but like I said, that's the best you're going to do. You have to bring it in over here, just so that you don't have that gap. And same thing here. That maintains a good, bit of tension across the middle. And there is, a good 3 inches or so on these on this outside portion. I did do 4 mounting points here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it does bunch a little bit, but like I said, there's not really a whole lot you can do. I couldn't reuse this, so what I did is the nut plate right to the other side of it. It's right there. I think it's a little bit below it and a little bit to the top. And the same thing right here. If you can see, it's about there. And the other one is about right there. That one's then just a little bit above that too. And if you could see about where I did it, they're all about the same depth backwards. It's about a little bit about, the space is a little bit more than a fingernail. You'll know because, like I said, the seal only goes back so far. Then there's a wall, and what you want to do is drill just behind it. And you just want to drill a little bit. I think it's actually a void maybe back there. You want to drill a little bit because you want about half the size of the drill bit so you can get this thing started. And then when you're going through, you only want about maybe that much to go through. That's why I use these spacers. I use these as spacers because any more would actually poke through. When you're screwing it in, it's a good idea to keep a finger on the other side. You'll be able to feel any kind of bulge or anything coming through. The plastic actually stretches before it ever pierces, and it isn't a bad idea to take the screw itself and grind off the tip just in case. You can go in a little bit, take it out, grind off the tip, put it back in, or wherever. You can use one screw to start, pull it out, and then just have 8 or so on hand that have ground tips. That may get you around having to use that, which is only like 1.5 ounces worth of washers, so it's not really that heavy either. So, anyways, I think that pretty much covers everything. Again, let me flip this around. I'll show you the difference between the two. As you can see, you've got this one here pretty much open, and this one here with the net installed. So I hope that helps. If anybody's interested, I did this for under $30. It's a pretty good setup, and I hope that helped. All right.